Hi, it has been a while. In fact, it's been well over a month now since I last uploaded a video on this channel, and there is a reason for that. I went on holiday and I took a break. I have not been the biggest fan of the direction this game is going, unfortunately. I'm not the only one. I think this hits hardest when a YouTuber that I watch has actually stopped playing the game entirely. Hoagland Pokémon Pocket produced a video yesterday talking about the statistics of the game and how viewership on things like Twitch are down significantly. And he's no longer making videos. It's not financially viable for him to do so. Earthsea Day Pocket Weeklies are just not what they once were. 714 players is a lot of players, but you go back to December and there's nearly 2,000 players. And when you start adding these things together, I don't think it looks good for the future of the game. We need tournaments to do really well. We need content creators to want to make videos. I understand if they don't want to, if the audience isn't there, and I'm worried that it's going to slip away. I think one of the big things and the key things for me as to why people might not be playing the game anymore is slow updates. This game's had so many downloads, but you can see here, right, in March, they're talking about implementing a trade change, which would be way better for the game. The way trade tokens are done is terrible. The fact the trading in the game is pretty poor, and it's got trading in the name. But Autumn 2025 is just far too slow. A game like this with live service has to be updated way quicker than that. I'm sorry, but with the downloads that they have and the money they have got, this has to be better. You can see here the general graph of their income, and you can see, I mean, there'll be an odd month where they don't make as much, but there is a obvious decline that is happening here. They still make a lot of money. This, by no means, this is a low amount. 55 million for a game is still insane. It's just when they first started out, 165 million. I get with Pokemon, it's always going to have a strong start. It's a huge franchise. But this is concerning, I personally think. Then we get to the content, and boy does this game love adding content. The most recent set that we've got, and I'm sorry, I'm just not the biggest fan of, Eevee Grove. Now, I know it's the year of the Eevee, right? And I get it. So evolutions are going to be popular. I just find these cards so unengaging. There is a really strong card, and they did it on purpose here with Sylveon, and when you evolve a Pokemon, you get to draw two hands. It's like a free Professor's Research. And no surprise, Sylveon has dominated competitive play. Other than that card, there's nothing really here that I think is amazing, to be honest. I mean, Snorlax, the base Snorlax is probably better. Like, having essentially leftover is great, but this doesn't combine with Barry. Typically, 4 energy cards don't do well ever. Don't get me started on the gold. Like, this is one of the worst gold selections they've ever had. An item. Like, we started with EX Pokemon. It was incredibly rare. I like the Pokeball. That was cool because everyone's going to use it. I thought that was actually a smart selection. And last season, they made Nihilego, a basic, which they've never done before. And now they make an item. So they are going insane with these gold picks. You only ever see this with Eevees. This card might die out. We always see people try the new content. I don't see evolutions staying too long. The only one I can possibly see is Sylveon, and that's it. The shinies no one asked for. I'm perplexed as to why they've done this. These cards are really old and outdated. I like the Farfetch, that's probably it. I still use Farfetch. Maybe that's my bias. Maybe this card isn't as good as what it once was. But no one really uses these cards anymore. Why make them shiny? I don't really see the point. If you go online, you can see many people complaining about the frequency of the packs and the content. We just have too much. How is a free-to-play player expected to collect every card in the month before a new set comes out and a new cycle begins? The game's been out for less than a year. We've already had 3 packs for Genetic, Apex, Mythical Island, Space Time Smackdown, Triumphant Light, Shining Revelry, Celestial Guardians, Extra Dimensional Crisis, and now Eevee Grove. There is zero time for new players to get these cards, never mind the ones who have been here since the very beginning of the game. How is someone who starts today expected as a free-to-play player to get every single card here. It's almost impossible. The game incentivizes pay to win, essentially. The game incentivizes people to put money in the game to get these cards. It's not even a guarantee. You are not guaranteed an EX when you get a pack of 10, which I think is ridiculous. You should have at least one EX guaranteed. You could spend actual money on this game and get virtually nothing back. You could just get pack filler. If you guys have played any of Pokemon competitive game, you'll know that Ultra Ball rank 4 is a cesspit. It's horrible. Horrific place to be. Why am I only gaining 5 hourglasses for getting through that into Master Ball? In fact, from Ultra Ball 1 to Master Ball, it's such little difference, really. 20 hourglasses is the difference between having sanity and losing it. I do recommend to most players, hit around Ultra Ball 1 or 2. Don't go beyond that. It's not worth it. You reach Master Ball and all you get really is the satisfaction of getting there. Is it worth going through the hours and hours you have to put to get that far? Even getting into a ranked top 10,000, you get no extra hourglasses from finishing actually in the top 1,000 to compared to 5,000. What's the point in pushing for that? You gain nothing for pushing for that. I'll end the video on this. For the time being, I will continue to make content on this game. I do still somewhat enjoy the game, not as much as I used to, but there are moments where I do have fun playing. This is, of course, a Pokemon channel. I do have nearly a level 50 in Pokemon Go. I may start to produce other Pokemon content. If people are interested in that, do let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys hopefully very soon.